Hello, my name is Trenton Ridge. I am a student at GCU, and this is an introductory video on data security. Now, we know that data security is essential in protecting our sensitive information from unauthorized access. The security measures that are often utilized, though, are going to depend on what's known as the data state, and whether it's an at-rest, in use, or in transit. Each state comes with its own various risks and requires specific strategies to ensure confidentiality and integrity and availability. So let's talk about data at rest. Data at rest is data that's not actually moving across the networks, and it's information that's actually stored on your physical or your digital media. Some examples of this might include hard drives that you have, cloud storages, files that may be saved in other databases. Now, within that, there are some strategies that we can use to secure this data, which can be the implementation of role-based access controls, or RBACs, as well as multi-factor authentications, or MFAs. Also, encrypting our stored data using algorithms such as an AES-256 to prevent this unauthorized access. It's also important to maintain any of our backed up data within a secured, isolated environment. And physically, we can restrict access to data centers and server rooms with biometric authentications or security badges. Now, data in use. This refers to the information that's actively being processed. This can include the data that's displaying on your screens right now, the applications that may be running in your system currently, or some information that may be temporarily stored inside of your system's memory. Now, security-wise, how can we help out with this type of data usage? Well, memory encryption through hardened applications such as SGX can help protect that data inside the memory. We can also utilize anti-malware programs, endpoint detection and response solutions, or EDRs. Our applications can also be secured via input validation and what's referred to as sandboxing to isolate these applications and prevent them from being corrupted or exploited. And additionally, just like data at rest, we can also still require some strong authentication protocols, such as your multi-factor authentications. Data in transit. This refers to the information that's moving between the systems, such as your emails, or if there's any web-based traffic that's going across some certain designated networks. Data in transit is pretty and susceptible to interception, or at least it can be, such as what's called man-in-the-middle attacks, or MITMs. So to safeguard against these kinds of occurrences, transport encryption is a solution that uses some secure communication protocols, such as you might have heard of HTTPS, or virtual private networks, or VPNs that they call them, to encrypt this data as it's in transit. There's also digital certifications such as your SSLs, your TLS certificates. These can help verify the sender is authenticated, and they can ensure that that data that's being transferred is to a trusted source. Now, performing data integrity checks through what they call hashing algorithms can also help detect any tampering or corruption that occurs during this transmission. And then in addition to encryption organizations, they should also be implementing some security network measures. This could mean things like firewalls, intrusion prevention systems, or IPSs that can help monitor and control that data traffic. Now, depending on the situation, the approach to securing this data, it needs to be able to be adapted based on whether it's at rest or in use or in transit. Each one of these states presents certain vulnerabilities and requires certain protocol methods. So for data at rest, organizations should mostly focus on encryption access controls and physical safeguards to help prevent unauthorized access. When data is in use, the priority shifts to application and memory protection, ensuring that this information remains secure during the processing. And then for data in transit, security relies on encrypted communication protocols, like we talked about the HTTPSs or the VPNs, to protect against interception. So a more comprehensive data security framework will combine all three of these strategies under one particular policy. And this is supported by continuous monitoring and with the compliance of those particular regulations. And if this becomes an all-inclusive approach within an organization, it can mostly secure or have a good chance of ensuring that this data is going to remain protected throughout its entire life cycle. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And from GCU, I'm Trenton Ridge. Thank you very much.